to welcome everybody to the annual State of the College address given by our president, Dr. Warrick Carter. My name is Cassandra Norris. I am the president of the Student Government Association here at Columbia.
This whole prioritization process is not about anything else but making sure that as we plan our future, is that our future is the brightest for the students who are going to walk in that door. Is that we stay competitive and that we continue to look and investigate the right kind of programs for who are going to be the 21st century creatives. And to take a look at everything that we're doing. Are we doing everything right? Are there some things we should do better? Because we are thinking about you. It's not the you just today, it's the you 5 years from now. Believe it or not, prioritization is one of the finest moments of this institution. It really is. No institution, or very, very few institutions, are brave enough to look at themselves 100%. In fact, our consultants who we've worked with, who've been involved in this kind of prioritization process across the country, informed us that in most cases, when institutions are doing prioritization, they only look at academic programs to try to decide, is that the right thing, the right offerings, the right kind of things to serve our students. We went beyond that. We said we're going to look at everything, including the president's office. It's all about getting better. And so you raise the question, well, if we're getting better, why are you getting rid of blank? But nobody's getting rid of anything. What has happened so far is that we've had a series of recommendations. And what's wonderful about our community is that we are smart enough to know what the word recommendations mean. It doesn't mean that any action is taken. It doesn't mean that any decisions have happened. It only means that a group of various areas in the institution have taken a look at some things and said, I feel that I would like to recommend that we give these considerations. And that's what's wonderful, because we all understand what that word means. But in some cases, people have begun to act as if a decision has been made.
I'm part of a group, Occupy Columbia. It's an official student group at this school. We've drawn bigger crowds than this of students on multiple occasions, including for 3 town halls, the last of which the administration declined to attend. We also recently had, on March 1st, a large rally that gathered about 100 students, and we handed in a petition that had 1,500 signatures of very concerned students. And we have not gotten a response since March 1st. And we want that response, so I would appreciate that now. And so the students continue to feel left out and very afraid. And Occupy Columbia's demands are not unreasonable. One of our demands is budget transparency. You say that the SGA, I appreciate it, but you're going to let us put forward our own prioritization recommendations. How can we do that if we can't see the budget? How can we know that this is a necessary project if we cannot see the budget? So we're not radical, we're not afraid of change, we're afraid of a certain kind of change that lines certain pockets and does not help the students, that does not help the faculty, it does not help our education.
Okay, what's the question? What was the demand in the letter, or the request in the letter?
Didn't you read it if it went to your office?
We gave it to you.
Who'd you give it to?
I don't know, I'm not Paul Schiavelli. You said he'd hand it to your office on March 1st.
On March 1st. And the request was what?
To freeze tuition, the whole prioritization.
Did
you read it?
Prioritization is not stopping. It is going to continue. We will involve the SGA, as we indicated before, and the SGA will send out posts so that every student on the campus can see it. Prioritization is happening. It will continue.
I think
in terms of tuition. Is this the other question about tuition?
No, I think that the question is, if this process is so inclusive of students, why were we able to gather 1,500 signatures in a matter of 3 days of students who don't feel like they were included in this process?
I can't
and if they were not
question.
included in this process, how can it continue and call itself a transparent and inclusive process?
Because we believe that it has that. Next.
That's a lie!
Having to leave. Goodbye. 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 Having to leave.
Unlike your education has been.
Next.
Hi, my name's Julia. I'm a fiction major. The fiction department is the only writing program of its kind in the entire country. And you talk about how all of our students are basically coming from the Midwest. I have a classroom of 10. One guy's from Canada, I'm from New Hampshire, another girl from Massachusetts, and one other girl from Maine. 40%. And the guy from Canada, I mean, you can go to school basically for free in Canada. Personally, I turned down a scholarship that was $10,000 a year guaranteed for all 4 years to come here. And yet the fiction department is up for elimination, and then you talk about things like building a cool new library with like awesome hangout spaces. And I'm just wondering what your criteria is for what is and is not important.
There's a mistake in your statement, is that you said that the fiction writing department is going to be eliminated. There has been a recommendation that the fiction writing department be joined with another writing department, and that's a recommendation. No decisions have been made, and so therefore, until such time, the fiction writing department and that other writing department exist. And if there was if there was a decision to do something differently, then everybody will know what it is. But today, the fiction writing department exists as the fiction writing department.
Okay, perhaps I misspoke in my question. I guess there's a preliminary question. If the fiction writing department were to join the English department, what would happen to Story Workshop? Because that's what I mean.
I don't know that, because that decision has not been made. And so I can't say that will exist or not exist until such time as we make some decision about writing at the college.
Okay, because
that's a recommendation.
Okay, because that's what attracted all of those people. I've spoken to all of them. All of them said they wouldn't have, like, because they're all from at least 700 miles away. None of them would be here. I wouldn't be here.
I hear you loudly and clear. Thank you.
Okay.